Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back to the Auxiliary Podcast.
My name's Genevieve. This is Dan. Dan, who are you?
I'm Dan. I'm part of the Auxiliary. We are 1/4 strong of the troop tonight. We are here to, what are we going to do tonight, Genevieve?
Well, okay, so in normal times, the Auxiliary is an improv troupe, and we do live improv on stage for an adoring audience of sometimes dozens of people. But now that we can't do that, we are kind of just making it through the days. And what helps us get through the day, besides memes? That's pretty much our one form of entertainment. We send memes back and forth pretty much all day long. So today, what we're gonna do is take a look at the older generation's memes.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, how would you define a boomer meme specifically?
Well, I think there's a couple ways to define it, Genevieve. First of all, the obvious is a boomer meme is any meme that expresses a boomer point of view. My parents, for example, are on the tail end of the baby boomer generation.
Interesting. And what kind of elements do you think we're going to run into tonight in boomer meme land?
I think there's a defensiveness that characterizes boomer memes.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
There's because baby boomers are largely responsible for the state of the world that we find ourselves in, which is, I don't know if you've checked, but not great. And so they feel like they are being attacked unfairly by the younger generations. I think that in concert with that, there's probably some attacking back of the younger generations, your Gen Xers, your millennials, your Gen Zers, and saying, look, you're not great either. And then there's my favorite last element is not quite getting it. Unlike
I thought you were gonna say Minions, because for some reason,
I mean, Minions
baby
are
boomers love Minions.
They love the Minions.
Cannot explain that, but they love Minion.
I grew up mostly with a computer in my house. I think with a computer in my house for as long as I knew about it, and I grew up with the internet from a pretty young age, and so I am very immersed in internet culture. And baby boomers are much less so, and so they don't quite understand how to do these. And so,
yeah, it's a very specific brand of let's say comedy, for lack of a better term, and just has that certain element of like, you kids get off my lawn, even though the internet is our lawn.
Yeah,
we're millennials, like we grew up online, so. Anyway, without further ado, I will share my screen and let's get to some memes. And then what we're actually going to do when we see the memes is we're going to figure that out. We'll give them a rating on a scale of something to something, and we're just going to see if we relate to them. And we should probably start with a disclaimer that we're not trying to offend anyone in any generation. We know and love many boomers. It's not a bad thing to be, but your guys' memes are crazy. So, with that said, first meme. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
I love this one. I submitted this one.
Yeah, this doesn't look like what I found. So why don't you read it out loud for the sake of the
So it shows an older man, balding, has a bit of a stomach sticking out. He's grilling, and the meme says, all the media says is racism, shootings, socialism, KKK, and I just want to grill, for God's sake.
Oh, poor guy. He's having a rough time.
All he wants to do is grill. He can still grill as long as he has a backyard. And he's staying away from people. He can grill.
Yeah, unless there's racism and shootings and socialism and the KKK happening in his backyard, which I'm not saying there is.
Which, yeah, he should take care of that if it is happening.
Yeah. Okay. So let's give this a rating on a scale of 1 to nonsense.
Okay, we'll say nonsense is a full 10.
Okay.
I'd say it's a 4.
A 4. Okay, that's solid. Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 3.5.
Yeah.
Not the craziest one I've ever seen.
Because, yeah, I mean, I don't think he understands that all of the things above are, like real issues and things that are actually happening. But
yeah,
like,
very much
he
so.
He just wants to grow,
He just wants to grow. Let's all just go grill today and have a good day. All right, next. Oh boy, it was a long one. This one got wordy. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to do a dramatic reading of it. I haven't seen it yet, so it's gonna be live reaction. My generation ended an unjust war. We helped bring down a corrupt president. Not one of us has purple hair. We are blonde. We are gray. We are strong. We brought forth a sexual revolution that freed millions of men and women from the slavery of your puritanical ideology. Who is this talking to?
I don't know.
I'm so confused. We smoked weed when it could get us 30 years in your prisons. If you screw with our Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security, we will bury you. Good Lord. What?
I like this one too. Because, I mean, I like it because it's, and part of the conversation that came from it, that led to this podcast recording, is it's very, like, it's a very liberal boomer meme. And like, when we think of boomer memes, sometimes people just think of conservative leaning boomer memes, but this is
fascinating. Yeah,
this
there is another side to the story. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what does she have against purple hair?
I don't know. I had purple hair.
You're that liberal? It's like, ooh, we're all, we're sexually open and we smoke weed and blah 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 and we support social programs, but purple hair, that's where we draw the line. All right, on a scale of to what do you give this?
I mean, I understand. So it's not I'd say it's more of a what. It's probably it's probably a 6 on a what scale.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's more toward the what side of the scale.
Yeah.
All right, I want to have a conversation with this woman. I want to see where she's coming from.
Yeah, I want to learn more from her about her sexual revolution.
Let's get her on the podcast next episode. Interview with a boomer. All right. Ooh, that's another one of yours. Go ahead and read this out loud.
So this is David Hogg at the top. One of the our lives. My generation is gonna start a revolution, and then it's at the bottom is the character from Full Metal Jacket. It says, "Your generation can't start a lawnmower."
Okay, here's my issue with this. A lot of these memes are telling us that we don't know how to do like basic life tasks that they were all taught. Mm-hmm. Well, guess who didn't teach us how to do a life task? I don't know how to start a lawnmower. No one I
do. It's not that hard. Also, like, there are electric lawnmowers, and it's really easy to start those.
Yeah, you push the button that says on. Like, we're not idiots. We can figure this stuff out. It's just like, I don't know. They're like, you can't even sew on a button. I'm like, okay, well, nobody ever taught me how to, so what's the point?
I couldn't fix a lawnmower. I mean, I fully admit to that, but I can pour gasoline in a tank and then pull a ripcord, 1,000 times until it starts.
Yeah, exactly. And also there's another layer to this that implies if you don't know how to work a piece of machinery, you can't advocate for social change, which seems like a false equivalence to me. Mm-hmm. Okay, so give us a scale to rate this on. What is that rating?
On a scale of get off my lawn to get a job.
Ooh, okay. This is definitely more get a job because it's insulting our basically intelligence and life skills. I think it's more toward that. So
yeah, it's more. I'd say it's still got some get off our lawn because it's like got this like shut up like energy about it, like.
Yeah, literally get off our lawn because you don't know how to cut it.
How to start the lawnmower. What are you doing?
All right, next meme. Oh, I just included this one because, sometimes you see a boomer meme and you're like, all right, it's a little corny, it's whatever, but they're onto something. So if we see one that does check out, we can give it an it checks out.
It checks out. Boomer I like that.
But it checks out. Okay, we can keep going. New seatbelt design, 45% less car accident. Okay, so this is playing into another boomer ideology, which seems to be that very classic
rampant sexism.
Yeah, if you watch like an old sitcom and it's like, oh, I hate my wife so much. Like boomers find that stuff really funny still, and millennials perhaps find it a little bit more problematic. I don't know. Dan, you're married. Do you hate your wife? Answer the question, Dan.
No, I do not hate my wife. I don't even dislike driving with my wife. I think we get along pretty well driving and trying to figure out directions to place, which can be difficult. It can be a stressful situation, but I'm always happy to have someone to talk to while I'm driving.
So you don't want to buy this particular seatbelt design?
No, it also seems like
strap her mouth closed.
It might be dangerous when you get into an actual car crash.
A little bit.
Like, I don't know, the whiplash against her. It'd probably break her nose at least.
Yeah, like cable her teeth in or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, on a scale of wow, you're really exemplifying some shitty behavior here, to why do you hate women so much? It's pretty much it pretty much equally fits on both sides.
It's the whole scale.
Yeah, it's just that's all I have to say about this one. Next. Oh boy, a climate change one.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Help your kids fight climate change. No phones, no iPads, no TV, no Xbox, no computers, no new clothes, no new shoes, no new bags, no makeup, no motor vehicles, no rides to school. Practice what you preach.
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna need to get on a real high soapbox for this one because I got a lot to say. But yeah, basically, so I work. I don't want to say exactly where. There's some restrictions around talking about the institution where I have been employed. But I work in the environmental field, and that sort of brings up a lot of opportunity for people to tell me how they feel about the environmental movement. And a lot of baby boomers are really stuck in the early days of it, like 60s and 70s, where it was all about minimizing your own personal usage of things, which have been it's been basically proven that 100 companies all over the world basically produce 70% of all the pollution. So anything that you and I do on a daily basis basically has no impact whatsoever. Right. So harping on people for using a phone or buying a new t-shirt is pretty ridiculous.
But it's also it's the classic part of oh, you want to change society, but you can't participate in any aspect of it, otherwise you're a hypocrite.
Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up.
Using the basic stuff that you need to live, which a lot of this stuff is new clothes, new shoes, motor vehicles, rides to school. Even a phone is pretty much some sort of computing device is required to exist in today's society.
Yeah, try to navigate daily life these days without using apps and tell me how that goes. So on a scale of baby boomers were the ones who perpetuated the societal norms that have led to the increase in industrial pollution that created climate change, to that pretty much sums it up. What do you get this?
I'm gonna abstain from this one because you pretty much nailed it.
Yeah, okay, stepping off the soapbox now until I need to get back on.
All right.
Okay. Whew. All right, got that one out of my system. Next. Oh, I think I was the one who submitted this one. Okay. Here's my dramatic reading. Until further notice, the days of the week are now called this day, that day, other day, someday, yesterday, today, and next day.
I honestly don't understand this one.
So I think where this is coming from is that it's a coronavirus era baby boomer meme, which is a really special subsection of boomer meme. That is trying to encompass this general idea that we don't know what day or time it is anymore.
Yeah.
Like everything is just sort of meshing together. So, premise, sure, I'll give it to him. But the execution is
very
weak.
much lacking.
Yeah, on a scale of like 0 to 1, I give it like a 0.035.
I'll be generous. I'll give it a 0.047285.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's fair. Next. I think I shared this in the group chat. It's just there's something about this very simplistic form of humor. It's just you could tell that somebody over the age of 60 made this, and I don't know how.
I love it, but
yeah, we'll give it a yeah. That checks out of
that checks out.
Yeah. All right. These ratings are really getting out of hand. Okay, so this is another specific class of boomer meme that has to do with eating things that you shouldn't and being a higher weight than you want to be and assuming that you can't really get out of that mind frame.
I mean, I relate very much to this, but
yeah. Oh, I love the what do you call that?
The watermark.
Watermark in the middle, yeah. Facebook old time.
Yeah, in case someone was gonna steal this meme.
Some
pass it off
content.
As their own.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure how many cookies it takes to be happy, but so far it's not 29. I give that a all right. It checks out.
Hey, we've all been there.
Yeah, it's tough times.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're integrating two subclasses of boomer meme: the dieting and weight loss,
and the minions.
Yeah, and the minions. I don't feel like we even need to comment on this.
So there's a couple things here that I would just like to comment on real quick, and you see this only in boomer memes, but other memes. An example is the background of this image is very weird because it's been heavily JPEG compressed, and I think it was saved originally as a PNG file, which has transparency, but the transparency grid got messed up in the saving somewhere, and then you can see like these little artifacts around the words and the minions. And that's just an example. That happens a lot when people like download and save and upload and download and upload the same picture again and save it over and over. It's a real thing. It's called JPEG compression, but like it happens a lot with memes and images that gets shared a lot. But it's really a hallmark of boomer memes.
Now I really want you to call a baby boomer that you know and explain what you just said to them.
I could use less or more descriptive language about how like JPEGs and like photo image technology work.
Oh my god. Do you have to spend a lot of time at work explaining how computers and these sorts of things work to baby boomers?
No, I just say generally, like if you're using it's generally to people, if you're using a photograph, use a JPEG. It's a JPEG. If you're using anything that has like clear text and maybe an image or two, but like and defined areas of color, like clearly defined color against each other, use a PNG file, which is a larger file size, which can be worse for like websites and email and stuff like that, but it gives better image quality.
All right, well, that was some good baby boomer friendly computer advice, so I hope they all follow that. But yeah, on a scale of 1 to 4, I'm gonna give this a 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong. Your pants. I've been wearing almost exclusively stretch pants this entire quarantine. So.
Oh yeah, who hasn't? Right, that's fair. So it does check out. So maybe I'll bump it up to a 3.5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
All right, solid. Yet another one. I went through So I think these are all for me, and I like numbered them, so that's why they're all in a row. But I went through one of my older ex coworkers' Facebook pages, and she's always kind of fluctuating on and off keto.
Uh-huh.
I'm not 100% sure she understands what keto is or how it works, but
I mean, I don't really either. So.
Yeah, but do you still try to follow the lifestyle anyway? Because she's sure giving it a shot. But yeah, she just posts all of these. So anyway, yeah, I'd say it checks out. The emoji background is another classic baby boomer trope that we'll probably see more of. But yeah, I'll give us it kind of checks out.
Yeah, I'll give it kind of checks out. I'll forgive the great personality sort of. That's the classic like mean joke against someone who's unattractive, but they're using it self-deprecatingly. So
yeah, that's fair. All right. Oh, here's another.
There we go.
I get most of my exercise these days from shaking my head in disbelief. Also from Facebook old timers.
Old timers. I wonder if old timers has like a really strong moderation policy. Like you have to prove that you're over the age of 50 before they let you in.
You have to like submit your AARP card or something.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, it's medium. It sort of checks out. It's sort of you kids get off my lawn, and also you know, the diet and exercise.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, coronavirus, something. All right, next one. So this one I like because it reminds me of our grandma who watched absolutely nothing besides Hallmark and Lifetime.
Oh my goodness.
Hallmark shows you how to fall in love with men. Lifetime shows you how to kill them.
I love this. It's not wrong.
It's not wrong, and it's a little edgier than most boomer memes. So I'm gonna give it an edgy, edginess rating of 4.
Yeah, I'll give it a nice 4 edgelords.
Boomer edgelords. Subreddit coming to you. Alcoholism in the time of coronavirus, another common theme here. Quarantine coffee. It's like normal coffee, but it has margarita in it, and also no coffee.
Also, I would just like to point out that looks like a shitty margarita.
It looks like one of those pre-mixed little drinks. You know, the lime is a nice touch, but
the lime's a nice touch, but is there any flavor to it, or is it just tequila and ice and a little bit of sugar?
Yeah, ask a baby boomer to make you a margarita and tell me how it comes out. So yeah, I'm gonna give this an I wouldn't drink that out of 10.
Yeah, I'd have to be pretty desperate to drink that.
Yeah. Okay. Yet another one. Oh my god. When did I get fat during quarantine? You weren't really skinny to begin with. Time of death, 11 p.m. Cause COVID. I mean, the last line sells it.
I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. I mean, it's like the the classic like husband, wife, or partner, like how do I look in this kind of joke.
Sure.
And then
classic.
Like there's the woman murdering her husband for calling her fat thing.
Yeah, so definitely that little like tangent of misogyny just works its way into here. Yeah, the whole marital strife is funny. That's solid. But yeah, I don't know how to rate this one. A little edgier than the last one, maybe. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for edginess.
6 out of 10 for edginess.
Yeah, I think it'll get upvoted on Boomer Edgelord subreddit.
Boomer Edgelord Reddit.
I just legitimately found this one funny.
I do like it. I mean, I love this specific meme format with the two.
Oh, me too. The cat.
Mm-hmm. The cat's face just sells it.
And the case of Corona. That's solid. That's solid. Yeah. I'll give that It has cats in it, so it's slightly better than the average meme, and it follows a solid format. This also might not be a baby boomer meme. I'm not 100% sure. So.
But it definitely has a little bit of boomer energy to it.
A little bit, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I forgot about this one. This is good. So a little explanation in case you're not up to speed on the Muppets, a classic of our baby boomer generation entertainment. So what's the guy's name? The little bear-looking thing?
Fozzie Bear.
Fozzie Bear, yeah. He says, "Hey, buddy, still fighting with the wife?" And this is, I believe, Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
And Kermit says, "Not anymore." And he's selling pork chops for $2.99, which is a good price for a pork chop. And then it says, "Do y'all get it?"
I love the "do y'all get it?" Just because, like, they didn't trust us to be able to figure out the joke that he has murdered Miss Piggy and is selling her meat for his friends to eat.
For a very reasonable price.
For a very reasonable price. But like we couldn't figure it out on our own. They had to add that extra layer of reaction on top.
I'm just offended by that design of Elmo. That
all of the designs are pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not offended by the joke as much as just the way this was drawn.
Also, it is offensive.
Oh yeah, so it's offensive. It's the comic itself is a little suspect, and then the "do y'all get it" just 0 out of 10. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, here's another freaking minion. Do you want to do a dramatic reading of this?
I will proudly do this. I am part of the generation that respected our parents, drank from a garden hose, stood for the flag, played outside, had toy guns, got spanked, and I survived. Sheriff, you did too.
And there's just a minion sitting there.
He's not even like reacting or making a point.
Yeah, he's not even like pointing or anything. He's just chilling. He's just being a minion.
The weirdest point also is like, I did all of these things as a kid. Yeah, I even got spanked.
I didn't. I feel like our parents' generation might have like the corporal punishment might have been more of a thing for them, but yeah, everything else, I just don't know. It's like there's so many things.
Yeah, it's
so like they're implying that like any other subsequent generation does not respect their parents, doesn't drink from a garden hose because we're too weak to handle
I don't understand. Or like, oh no, it's not filtered water. Like, it's tap water. If your tap water is good to drink from a sink, it's good to drink from a hose.
Maybe the hose has chemicals in it. I don't really know. Stood for the flag, so they're saying, we should all be brainwashed by the American institution of patriotism, which I got some issues with. Played outside, like we never went outside.
Never played outside.
Had toy guns. Like, okay, everybody has toy guns. The punishment thing, and I survived.
I love the minion. It's just it's just a cherry on top.
The brick wall in the back and the minion have literally nothing to do with it. I don't know. How should we rate this one?
I mean, I would rank this as an 8 out of 10. Very respectful. Good job. Now we're gonna stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, doesn't it just make you want to just love America even more? Okay, put the minion to rest.
You get it? Because they're all looking at their phones.
See, I don't get it because it doesn't say "Did you get it?" on the bottom with a bunch of question marks and smiley faces. But yeah, I love the driver in the background being like, "Ah!"
It's also like the idea that like the photo shoot for Abbey Road wasn't like, the road wasn't blocked off and had a photo shoot. They just like were walking across the road and someone took a picture of them.
Yeah, you're right. This literally makes zero sense in any context. It's just another way for boomers to be like, oh, kids these days are always on their phone. You know who's on Facebook 24/7? Every baby boomer I know. They're sitting there liking every single post, every single update to the post.
I mean, hey, you gotta know that people know that you like what they said.
Yeah, it's like a red button. It's like, okay, I read this and I have to push the like button. I think that's how their minds work. Yeah, so we'll give this a John Lennon would be upset about this meme out of 4. Oh my god.
I think I uploaded this one. Oh.
They always say, okay, boomer, but they never say, you okay, boomer.
You okay, boomer? Oh, that's sweet. They just want to be cared for, too.
Can you imagine going up to somebody elderly and being like, you okay, boomer? Like, who would want that? Like, if they come up to us and they were like, you okay, millennial? I'd be like, what?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Is this guy from the Boondocks? I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Might be from the Boondocks. That's a very similar animation style.
But I mean, is this like a reference to something, or is this like just
I have no idea.
I have no idea. You okay, boomer?
You okay, boomer?
Let's give us a the boomers are not okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, God, the Tide Pod.
The Tide Pod, he's got a condom through his septum and in his nose. He's got a bunch of piercings. He's wearing a pussy hat. He's wearing a shirt, of course, that says millennials, as most millennials do. We all got that shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm wearing mine right now.
He has, or I guess maybe it's supposed to be, I don't know.
I think
it's supposed to be a he or a she. It's hard to tell. Then they have gauges in their ears. But this is actually, I'm pretty sure this is from a political cartoonist, and not a very nice one. But it's,
whoever this is should be fired.
That's just, you can't really say much more than what it says. It's just absolute contempt for. I mean, it's really weird that like there's so many aspects of this that are like, I mean, obviously the Tide Pods thing was like one of those things that got blown way out of proportion. Like, you know, like it was supposed to, like, young kids, obviously, like little children who like thought that it looked like candy could be in danger of eating it. And then like apparently there were some children that like tried doing it as like a challenge or whatever, and that blew up, and it became this like news story for a couple days or whatever, that like, you know, all the kids are eating Tide Pods.
Yeah, every single one has done this. And also like the implication that our generation is the first one to do these kinds of stupid challenge thingies. Like, I don't know any specific examples, but if there are any boomers out there watching this, leave them in the comments below. What kind of stupid stuff did you guys do as a kid to like impress each other? There had to be something.
But like the Tide Pods thing is something that's legitimately stupid, though it was made out to be a bigger deal than it actually was. Like,
and it wasn't millennials doing it. It was not millennials doing it. That was way Gen Z. Yeah.
Piercings and the gauges, yeah, like people have those, I guess, and more of them do than they used to, but like, who cares? The pussy hat is like technically a political statement, and so you're saying you're against that. And then like, I don't understand the condom through the nose thing at all.
Yeah, that must be a reference to something, but I clearly missed that. Thankfully, somebody was doing like the condom up your nose challenge.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this an inaccurate and offensive out of 10.
I'm gonna give this 1 okay boomer.
All right, that's fair. Oh, I
I
think
think
that's
that's
all of
it.
them.
That
Yeah,
was
I
a
think
good
we
one to
came
end
to the
on.
end. Yeah, that was a spicy one,
You
as
know,
they say.
I think the one thing that we didn't get to see was boomers saying okay boomer or calling a boomer was a slur, like, because that is something that I've seen and it's just like, get over yourselves. Like, it's
Yeah, like, or they're saying that Karen is now,
yeah,
a like basically as bad as a racial slur, which, come on.
yeah, it's absolutely not.
Like,
And
absolutely not.
I think we should just end by saying, both of us again, we love and care for a good number of baby boomers. I work with a number of baby boomers who are wonderful people, and not. I'm sure not all of them share these memes and generational based stereotypes are hurtful for a lot of people, but also these are just silly. It's fun to
Yeah.
make fun of them.
Yeah, but I mean, every generation has their iteration of stupid memes. I mean, millennials are probably the ones that came up with like the "I can has cheeseburger" with the cats, and
Yeah.
like, we've done our share of dumb stuff, and we still are today.
And now, like, Gen Zers are just dancing on TikTok all the time and
Oh my god, yeah,
doing all that.
we should do reacting to Gen Z memes.
Oh no, that would make me feel bad.
Because like Gen Z, like millennial memes are kind of like, ooh, I hate myself and being an adult is hard. Like that's kind of the general theme in a lot of millennial memes. Gen Z are just like out there. Like they're on a different level of consciousness that I can't even begin to understand.
I feel like Gen Z, like I grew up with the internet, but I also remember like a time before like the internet was this like ubiquitous thing that you always had with you and carried around with you all the time. And so like I feel like that has had a really interesting effect on Gen Z in general. And like again, not their fault. Like they were born into this world. But yeah, there's some weird.
Yeah, that's a topic for another time. All right. Well, if more than 10 people actually watch this video, we should revisit the meme series and do another one. That's your challenge. Like, subscribe.
Like and subscribe.